Gold prices took a breather today after breaching the $4,000 level for the first time earlier this week. But it's not cooled interest in the precious metal as many bank on the continuing rise of bullion. For more on this, I'm joined by Matty Greenspan, founder and CEO of Quantum Economics. Matty Greenspan, brilliant to have you on the show. Let's talk there. So as I mentioned, gold has climbed above $4,000 a troy ounce for the first time. But gold's not alone. Bitcoin has also hit an all-time high. What is driving this dizzy rally? Matty, is it uncertainty due to the US shutdown, the inflation crisis that we see across the world? Is it France? Is it the Middle East?
Yeah, there does seem to be kind of debasement trade happening over the last few weeks and months. The government shutdown isn't helping. And overall, we can see the US dollar has been in decline. Just over the last day or two, though, I would say that trade does seem like it might be coming to a kind of an end. We're seeing gold declining today, Bitcoin declining today. Also, I do hesitate to put some sort of a correlative relationship between gold and Bitcoin. If you look at the charts, I mean, they don't look at all similar. Gold has been rising very steadily on all of those things that you mentioned, inflation and the shutdown and whatnot. Whereas Bitcoin has been kind of consolidating near the top for a few weeks now. It did just kind of poke the all-time high, 125, but quickly shied below it. And so it's very interesting to see how these type of things are going to play out. And in the future, I think we're going to see over the next few weeks some very lucrative trading opportunities, especially within the cryptocurrency world.
So, Matty, does crypto always go up in October? And is Uptober real? Because I keep on seeing Uptober everywhere. Can you explain what it's all about?
Yes. I think according to the maths, Bitcoin tends to rise in October, especially during the bull runs, where we see sometimes 40 or even 50% in a single month. October is one of the most bullish years for Bitcoin, bullish months for Bitcoin, other than November. So we call it Uptober and then Movember. That's usually how it plays out, but as you know, past performance doesn't indicate future results.
And what is Bitcoin's role versus the rest of the market? Because there's always so much interest in cryptocurrency and it's always discussed so widely, even when we see these big banking heads meet.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a lot of value flowing on chain, and that's been a huge driver of price action lately. And yeah, Bitcoin does have a very unique relationship between Bitcoin and the altcoins, as we call them. You can check out, there's a thing called a Bitcoin dominance chart, which basically shows all of the market caps of all the cryptocurrencies combined and Bitcoin's percentage of that. So right now, Bitcoin is at around 60% dominance over the entire market. And it has been rising steadily since 2023. And when Bitcoin's dominance falls sharply, well, we call that alt season because all the altcoins are zooming. That's where you see, kind of generational wealth opportunities, especially with a little bit of leverage that can be applied. Some of these coins, they rise triple or even quadruple digits during these time frames. So we've just had kind of one of those just now. And right now, it looks to be, the alt season kind of looks to be unraveling by the charts. Obviously, we'll see how it plays out over the next few days. We would expect Bitcoin to become dominant again and start rising towards the 66% level, 68% level, should the trend that's been playing out over the last few years continue.
So, Matty, do you think gold's run out of road? We won't say it climb any higher. Do you think we've kind of reached the top here?
Well, my mother told me when I was young that the price of gold always goes up over the long term, and that's held true, especially since, gold's decoupling with the U.S. dollar, and yeah, so Bitcoin and gold, huge performance can also be seen in part as the dollar going down rather than those assets going up. I would say that like just according to the short-term charts right now, I mean, we've seen a huge run, and it would be expected for traders to be taking profits at the moment. But it also is going to depend on the macro environment. If the U.S. government manages to reopen, would be nice. And we'll see how it plays out in the short term.
Just a quick question before I let you go, Matty. You just mentioned the US shutdown there to me, and we have been speaking to Republicans about it on the show this week, and the concern that it could have on America's economy. Do you think a US shutdown has much of an effect on the economy?
The stock market doesn't seem to think so. I mean, we don't see huge, sell-off or something like that. I mean, the S&P 500 seems to be doing just fine. Cryptocurrencies haven't been phased whatsoever. I think it's politics, and it sucks for those, I suppose, who are reliant on government checks. But I think that I don't know. I haven't been watching the Republicans you've been interviewing, but I would suppose they're probably just all right with it, as it's giving them, kind of some opportunities within their sphere. So I think that this is all kind of theater, and I don't think it's really affecting the markets too much.
Matty Greenspan, I always think it's good to take advice from your mum. I always do the same thing. Thank you so much for talking to me.
Thanks for having me.